wanna get freaky. I said cool, that's fine. She wanna get way too comfortable. There's no way you can come round mine. Plus, she wanna link so early. I'm only beating things after 9. But if she does that thing with finesse, calm, boo, you can be my wife.
Hey guys, it's Kella and you're watching Under the Covers with Kella on BDTV. This is my first video, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I was kind of thinking, what can I do that would be fun for the first video, because obviously I'm going to be talking about sex and relationships and things like that, but I want to kind of keep it light and fluffy for like the first video. And I was going through my stuff earlier, and it turns out when I was at uni I went out and bought like this card game. It's called Kinky Confessions. I bought it from Love Honey. It's $6.99 I think. I bought it for a couple of quid less because I use my student discount. I mean, I can't use that anymore because I'm no longer a student. Basically there's 52 cards in a pack. It's like a sexy would you rather, and I don't know, you think you're meant to use it for couples. I'm not in a couple, so I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure a carton of milk has a longer expiration date than half of my situationships, but you can use it in a party. So for example, I just used it when I was with my friends. I don't know how we used it, because we used it as like a drinking game, and I'm not quite sure how we incorporated drinking into it, but I incorporate drinking in everything that I do. But the idea of Would You Rather is that they give you 2 different scenarios and you pick which one, and if you don't use it then, or you don't answer it rather, then you gotta go for a forfeit instead. My forfeits must have been drinking, mind you, if that was the case, because some of the questions in here are really good. I do give you some forfeit suggestions, but some of them are really like, I don't know if it's like a really bad one for you, like take off your underwear. No, what is that? Like, I feel like a forfeit for me, if I was doing it with my boyfriend or husband or whatever, it would be like, get on top for 20 minutes. That is like the ultimate forfeit. I think anything worse, you can't get anywhere. I decided to pick out some of the questions just to go into a little bit more detail, so then it's more like a get to know me type of thing. So here we go. Would you rather come first or come second? Well, obviously I'm going to want to come first, but that never really happens, to be honest with you, does it? I mean, you can try so hard, you perform your whole life out, and you just want to come first just once. Would you rather be on top or underneath during sex? I think it kind of depends. I prefer to be underneath. Because just being on top is just jarring, really, isn't it? It's just so tiring. I think after like 10 seconds I'm like, yeah, like I've had enough now, like I'm tired, like how can I make this sexy so then I don't have to do it anymore? Because it's just so would you rather use a vibrator or handcuffs during sex? Now, I have used both. Handcuffs are fucking painful. They are so painful. Even the ones with the fluff on, I still find that it's just not, I don't know. By the time that I was finished, it genuinely looked like I had been abused, and it just didn't have a good look. Vibrator, that was an interesting one. Really interesting, actually. So what would I prefer? I would probably definitely prefer to use the vibrator. Yeah, because handcuffs are just too painful. I can't. It's not the one. Would you rather join the Mile High Club or have sex in your boss's office? Now that one's a bit techie. I think this one's a little bit techie. If I wasn't in the job that I like now, then I would be like 100%. I am definitely having sex in my boss's office. Like, put all the CCTV on. Like, we're making a movie right here, right now. Like, but I actually like my job. If it was my old job, then yeah, 100% I would have done it. Mile High Club. I think if you was on like this long haul flight, first class, and you've got like the big beds and it's all fancy, then yeah, like go ahead. I would definitely have sex on a plane. But I was on a plane not too long ago, and I don't understand how people do it, because plane toilets are fucking tiny. Like, honestly, I'm like 5'5". If my other half, say, is a lot bigger than me, how the fuck are we meant to be in a confined space at the front of a plane right next to the pilot, and then you've got like 10 rows behind you? It's just not gonna work out. I'd still try it though. Would you rather give or receive oral sex? Well, okay, well, obviously that I would rather receive it than give it. I mean, I don't mind giving it. I think it kind of depends who you're with. I think if you're really into that person and you're like, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't mind giving head like the whole time, then yeah, that's fine. I barely ever get that feeling. Ever. Literally ever. Like, I think I could probably do it for like 5 minutes and I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm done. It's like, it's my turn now. But yeah, I think I would definitely rather receive than give. I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to try and justify it. I would rather definitely receive than give. Would you rather never be able to climax but always be able to make your partner come, or never get them off and you come every time? I don't know. I don't even know why I'm quizzing it. I'd rather be able to get off every single time, because it happens to me all the fucking time. Like, I'm not being funny. Everybody else can have a brilliant time and I'm just sitting there like, yeah. No, I've had enough. No, I'm gonna be brutal with it. They can't come no more. They're not allowed. I am though. We're gonna go for that instead. Rather have your hair pulled or being spanked? Oh man, I think it kind of depends. I think if you can do both that's like hard enough but still enjoyable, then fine. But this reminds me of this one time that I remember being with one guy and he just took everything to the next extreme. Like, I literally just had new hair extensions put in and they've cost me a lot of money to have these hair extensions in. I mean, they fucked my hair up in the end, but it's not the point. So then this guy came over. This was when I was at uni, good old uni days, and he was just a little bit too rough. It started with, he was biting my lip, but it wasn't like a little gentle sexy bite. It was like a full-on Hannibal Lecter chewing my lip off, and it made my lip bleed, and I was just a bit like, oh, I'm not really a fan of that. And then we were, you know, getting into it. It was like, okay, it's okay, it's not that bad. And next thing you know, he's pulled my hair extensions, but he's pulled them so hard, half of them have literally just come out in his hand. So that's a good couple of £100 worth of hair extensions that he's just straight out. And like, internally I'm crying because I literally just got them done. So the fact that I have to now go back to have them all put back in, it's just like, oh. The spanking, okay, it wasn't even just like a nice little quick one and then like grab it. It was like a full-on backhand every single time, and it was bringing back childhood traumas, like, I can't lie. And there was one, oh, this is the same guy, and he like turned me around and he full-on backhanded me across the face. Full-on swift backhand. I don't know who told him that was sexy. I don't know who told him that was a good thing to do, but oh my god, I just stopped. I was like, no, I can't do this. And I've never spoken to him again. So this whole question is just, it just brings back such bad memories. But I think I would probably rather be spanked than have my hair pulled. I think it kind of depends. If I don't have my hair in, then fine, do what you like. Sometimes I like both if it's from the right person. Oh man. Would you rather give up masturbation or never receive oral sex ever again? I'd rather give up masturbation, to be fair. Actually, no. Retract that. Oh god, I don't know. Because sometimes just, you know, when oral sex, sometimes it's just so bad. It's just so bad. Like, I remember there was this one guy, like, I was receiving, and he just kept biting me. I don't know what it is with guys and just biting me. Like, it was just so painful. I just did not enjoy it. So even when he left, I had to finish the job anyway. So I think I probably, if I had the choice, I would probably give up oral. Because at least I know if I'm on my own, I can get the job done properly. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. Would you rather be tied up or blindfolded? Does handcuffs count? No, I don't think they do. I guess if you're like fully like tied to the bed, then yeah, okay. I think I'd rather be tied up than blindfolded, only because I don't know I don't know where I've got this thought in my head, but I genuinely think if I was to then be blindfolded, what if I then turn around and get like shot, or like they just want to kill me or something? But I wouldn't know because I'm blindfolded. I can't see. But at least if I'm tied up and they're going to do it, at least I can see that that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'd rather be tied up and see what's going on than not. Would you rather have your partner be your submissive for the day or you be theirs? Interesting question. I think I would rather them be my submissive for the day. I don't think I'd want to be a submissive because I think I don't take instruction very well. So I think if somebody was to go to me, you need to do this, I'd be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, this whole submissive thing just genuinely wouldn't work. But then if we're both really hard-headed, then it just wouldn't work anyway. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where it would have to be submissive. I think I've always been the quite dominant one. Only because I think if someone wants to speak out of turn, then they would absolutely know about it. Like, I just couldn't. Would you rather be the naughty student or the stern teacher doing the disciplining? I actually saw a tweet like this the other day, and someone was like, it's literally a bit pedo-y. And they kind of have a point, because it's like, the teacher's a lot older and the student is meant to be a minor. But it kind of depends, like, am I a high school student? Am I a uni student? Kind of depends. But I think I'd rather be the student. As weird as that is, I think there's less responsibility on me if we're going to think about it morally. I'd rather be the student than the teacher, because I think being the teacher's a little bit techie. But I'm not one of those ones to do role play anyway. It's just not. No, I feel like if your marriage is failing somewhere and you kind of want to spice it up a little bit, then yeah, go ahead. But role play for me, it's just not a thing. Would you rather hear your friends having sex or have them hear you? Now, this is interesting because I have been on both ends of this question. So when I was at uni, I lived in a flat of 8 people, and we were in the new build, so supposedly it's meant to be soundproof walls. Okay, well, it turns out that one day they weren't. And I remember coming into the kitchen, I remember coming into the kitchen one morning, and then one of the girls I lived next to, God bless her soul, she's just like, so, have a good time last night? And I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, I heard you. I heard you. And it just made me feel so cute. It was like, I am so sorry. But then there was one time that I used to live in housing, and I would then hear one of my flatmates at it, and it just made me cringe so hard. So I think I'd rather have people hear me, because at least I don't have to then live with the cringing. I mean, I can cringe a little bit, but not as bad as hearing somebody else, because it's honestly, it's awful. And I'm sorry, Caitlin, that you went through that at that time. lights on or off? On. I ain't no bitch. Go to an orgy or go to a sex dungeon? I definitely want to go to a sex dungeon. It is on my bucket list to go to a sex dungeon. I don't know why. I just want to. I've read enough 50 Shades of Grey in order to want to go to a sex dungeon. I might even be rich enough one day to make my own sex dungeon. Either way, I'm gonna go to a sex dungeon. I've gone through as many questions as I can give. Like I said, there's like 52 cards in a pack, and I think if there's like more than one of you, then yeah, it can be made to be quite fun. I think it's more of like a couples thing though, because a lot of the suggested forfeits, they're all like for you and your partner. But if you're like me and like to drink absolutely anything, then grab a group of friends and you can do it. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next week and click like, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.
I mean can't step to the team yard. When I say me I can't roll me, can't name out a full girl wine for me. Don't gonna hear me I just I mean can't step to the team yard. When I say me I can't roll me, can't name out a full girl wine for me. Don't gonna hear me I gone in.